Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this July the 14th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's had a great Friday out there so far. Hope everybody has a great Friday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about your forecast for Saturday and Sunday, your weekend outlook. Also, we're going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map for your location. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center overview and the storm reports that came in this afternoon. And also, we're going to take a look at subtropical storm Dawn that formed in the Atlantic earlier this morning and still has current winds of 45 miles per hour. And we'll get into a little bit more detailed information toward the end of this broadcast for subtropical storm Dawn. Currently, Dawn looks to remain a fish storm over the north central tropical Atlantic. Alright, if you're a new viewer and have not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Love to have you. Like these videos, share these videos, and let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks. As you can see, we got quiet conditions standing from Quebec, Canada, all the way through Montreal, just north of Toronto, all the way back into southern and southwestern Canada, including Vancouver area. Also, fair weather, high pressure is also in control. Area of Seattle, Washington, all the way toward North Dakota, portions of South Dakota, back into Nebraska, Iowa, and also portions of Kansas. Also just west of Denver, Colorado, down into Arizona. Also over toward Los Angeles and San Francisco and up toward the Oregon area. Also Gulf of California, you're dominated under high pressure control. Also central and southern portions of Mexico and South Texas around the Houston area. High pressure is in charge of your forecast area. Alright, we got showers and storms right along the Mexican-U.S. border, right along New Mexico and Arizona border and Texas, extending all the way to Denver, Colorado, back through Kansas, all the way down toward Dallas, Texas. Also just eastern Louisiana down to the Florida Panhandle, also in the northern Gulf of Mexico as well. Also down into the Florida Keys, Miami, Florida, all the way up toward the Carolinas, including Atlanta, Georgia. Also up toward Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York, Boston, all the way up into Maine, to Toronto, Canada, Chicago, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, eastern portions of North and South Dakota as well. And back down into Arkansas. Alright, red slashed area over here in portions of Mississippi, all the way back into portions of Kansas. Heavy rain and flash flooding possible. Same thing down here in portions of southern Alabama and the Panhandle of Florida. Also up here from Washington, from eastern Virginia through Washington, D.C., all the way up to the Boston area. Flash flooding and heavy rain will be possible in that region for Saturday. Alright, let's move on to your Sunday forecast. As you can see, we got Quebec, Canada, still high pressure is in charge of your forecast. Down from Montreal, Toronto, Canada, down in the ports of Ohio, all the way down into Kentucky and Tennessee, all the way back over to portions of Oklahoma, Kansas, over toward Denver, Colorado, back down to New Mexico, Texas, northern and central portions of Mexico, the Gulf of California, over toward Los Angeles, San Francisco, up toward Oregon, a little bit just east of Seattle, Washington, over toward Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, and Wisconsin area. Southern and southwestern portion of Canada looks a-okay. Except a few showers maybe around the Vancouver area, just northwest of Seattle, Washington here in the United States. Also, we got some down in northern Mexico, down in Arizona, New Mexico, maybe some showers and storms there as well. Also up here along the Canadian border, near the Minnesota region, up toward Wisconsin, and also in the Michigan, northern Michigan that is. Also again down here in southern Michigan through Chicago, Illinois, all the way down to Indiana, Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa. Chance of showers and thunderstorms for you guys as well. Same thing over here in portions of New Mexico, North Texas, Oklahoma, all the way down to Louisiana, including the Dallas area, down toward the Miami area and the Florida Keys, over toward Atlanta, Georgia, through the Carolinas, also up toward Washington, D.C., Boston, all the way from Washington, D.C. to the Boston area, including New York and Philadelphia region, also in the New York State, all the way up into New Hampshire and Maine regions as well. Alright, in the red slashed area there's some heavy rain and flash flooding possible over portions of New Mexico and portions of western Oklahoma and north Texas. Alright, let's move on to the weather radar across the nation. As you can see, scattered activity across southern Canada there as well. Also, we got scattered activity over here in Montana through portions of Wyoming. More scattered activity down here in portions of Arizona. Also New Mexico. Also down in northern Mexico as well. Rico, you guys look good. We got some widespread showers and storms over Cuba, portion of the Bahamas, also through Florida, down into the northern Gulf of Mexico. Got a lot of showers and storms and widespread showers to the south in Mississippi there in Alabama. Also more widespread showers. Kansas, also into portions of Iowa as well. We got scattered activity over Minnesota down to Iowa as also. Also Nebraska, South Dakota, back toward Wyoming. We got scattered activity extending through Georgia to Carolina. The state's a little bit more widespread off the mid-Atlantic and northeastern coastline. And also got some scattered activity over Maine and southern portions of around Canada. All right. Let's move on to your locations. All righty. As you can see, we still got those flood watches in effect for a portion of New Hampshire, also down towards southern Vermont, down to a portion of Boston, Connecticut, southern New York State. Got some special weather statements up there as well, and some severe thunderstorm warnings also for portion of Pennsylvania into Washington D.C. and down into Virginia there as well. You got some flood advisories across portion of North Carolina. Also, portion of northeast South Carolina. Flood watch also in effect for central and eastern North Carolina still. Same down here in the portions of the Florida Panhandle, southeastern Alabama, southwestern Georgia. We got some flood advisories also in effect for portions of Florida. Heat advisories also for southern Florida as well. Up in Indiana, you guys got an air quality alert, same as Wisconsin, northern Michigan. Also over here in Minnesota, also northern portions of Kansas, Nebraska that is, northern part of Colorado, and eastern portions of Wyoming. Got some severe thunderstorm warnings as well for you guys in ports of South Dakota. Also over here in portions of Wyoming as well. We got severe thunderstorm watches in effect for southern Wisconsin through Illinois, eastern Iowa. Special weather statements there as well. All right, we got ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings in Missouri, also into portions of Kansas, also in Oklahoma, and a severe thunderstorm watch is in effect for you guys as well. All right, we got excessive heat watches, heat advisories also in effect. Yeah, we got heat advisories for Mississippi, Louisiana, southern Arkansas, southern portions of Arkansas there, Oklahoma, much of Texas, central and southern portions of New Mexico, northeastern portions of Arizona, much of Utah, western portions of Colorado, northeastern portion and eastern portion of Nevada, much of Idaho, much of Oregon, southern and central portions of Washington State, and also here in California. We got a dense smoke advisory for portions of northern portion and northeastern portions of Montana. Wind advisory there as well. Says of heat warnings. Also, we got some of them over portions of Oklahoma, central and southern Texas, West Texas, western and southern portion of Arizona. Also, much of California, much of Nevada, and northwestern portions of Utah. Alrighty. And we still got the river flood warning for South Dakota and over here in the Nevada region. Southern portion of Alaska got some special weather statement for you guys. Central north looks good in the Hawaiian Chain Islands. Central south got a few gale warnings there as well. Alright. Storm Prediction Center overview. You can see we got a marginal risk all the way from up in the northeastern United States down to North Carolina. Also again from Michigan all the way back to Texas. Also back into a portion of Wyoming. As far southeast as Alabama and Mississippi. We got slight risk from, like I said, from Oklahoma all the way to portions of Wisconsin. Also, we got enhanced risk over portions of Oklahoma and Missouri. Scattered activity, as you can see, that's currently what you're seeing on the radar. East Coast, Midwest, the West Coast dry, and portions of the Southwest got some scattered showers for you guys. Convective outlook, this is there's that marginal risk, what I just showed you in the darker green. Excuse me. Lighter green, we got general thunderstorms from Maine to Florida, back to Louisiana, all the way back over to portions of New Mexico and Arizona, all the way up into Montana. And there's that slight risk and enhanced risk. Alright, current watches in effect. We got one for southern portions of Wisconsin, eastern portion of Iowa, northwestern and central Illinois, all the way down into Missouri, also in the portion of Kansas, and also in Oklahoma. Today we had 6 tornado reports. Generally was up in portions of Michigan where the tornado reports were taking place. Alright, wind reports, we had 186, 10 of them was high. Currently what I can see, they occurred over New York State, Pennsylvania, down in the west, down in Virginia, right along the Ohio-West Virginia border, North Carolina, northeast South Carolina, eastern Iowa, southeastern and southern portions of South Dakota, southern portion of Nebraska. Much of them occurred in Kansas and western portion of Missouri. Alright, hail report with 36, one was large. Generally those took place again, also in West Virginia, Virginia area, Illinois, also in the Wisconsin, portions of Nebraska, down in the portion of Kansas, and one over here in portions of Wyoming. So that brought the total number to 228 as of this current recording, but I do expect these numbers to increase as the afternoon and evening wears on. Alright, fire weather, currently nothing in effect, so that's good news there. Alright, let's take a look at subtropical storm Dawn. We're going to take a look at the forecast track from the National Hurricane Center. You can see this at 5 p.m. It was located here. Tropical storm force pretty much in the east, northeastern, and southeastern side of the storm. It was moving to the north. It will continue to move around and then kind of move back to the south later on in the forecast period. Alright, if you're tracking it at home, currently location is 34.1 north, longitude 48.0 west. Maximum sustained winds are near 45 miles per hour with higher gusts, and also movement was to the northwest at 8 miles per hour. And like I said, it's classified as a tropical storm. Tropical storm force winds are 39 miles per hour to 73 miles per hour. A depression is 39 miles per hour or less. Hurricane force winds 74 to 110. Major hurricane is 110 plus miles per hour. Alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well. Enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, and we'll catch you back in the next one.